So the guy that got his eye popped out has a message for you. He told you that there's a black sun that sits underneath the flat plane with a dome over it. But did you get the memo? That's the problem. That's why everybody's fucked in here, man. It's because they're not telling you anything. They're not telling you what the hell's going on in here. But they did, but they didn't. That doesn't constitute as somebody telling you anything. Did you get that? Did you see that? I'm not talking about the sun gazers neither. I'm talking about the people who don't know what the hell is going on in here. These people need to wake up. And I'm not targeting new people. And anybody who wants to watch it. Sorry, I don't really respond to a lot of videos. I just don't find it humanly possible because there's literally hundreds of comments every week. I just can't respond to everybody. I do care about everybody that watches this channel because I want everyone to wake up to this higher vibration that is presumably achievable by being a straw man. And they tell you, just use your third eye and all this crap. Just use your antennas. Fluoridated antennas? Nah. So, I mean, is anybody really getting the message in here? I mean, what the unicorns, is that really resonating with anybody? Nope. That's the problem. So, stuff like this goes into the trash. I mean, I don't really keep stuff like this. But, because I'm not into this dude with the one eye. I'm just not really into him. But, and I mean, I've been deceived like most of my life. I got through my life blindly, not knowing who I was. But the people that are in my family, y'all might say, oh, that's a beautiful family and all that. I can't trust anybody. You understand? As I met this woman when I was in high school, and she was looking at me, and she looked at her friend and said, he's mine. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know who to trust. And it doesn't even matter if I don't know who to trust, because I don't have to worry, because I'm protected. So it doesn't matter. That's why I can apologize to anybody. I can not be worried about it. I can apologize to some of the Masons I know in my life that I antagonized, that tried to antagonize me, who weren't big enough to, apologize themselves damn selves. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who to trust, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter, because I'm protected. And you guys shouldn't be worried either. You guys should just go to the sun and focus on not being scared or worried or anxious. It should be more like, oh, really? They're getting ready to turn up the heat? Well, the tough's about to get going. So I'm not worried about any of these creeps running around here. And you shouldn't be worried about them either, because you should know that you're protected. And you should know that no matter what, that they need your permission, and they need your acknowledgement of them as some type of consequential deal. I mean, they really need all of that. You know what I mean? They need so much. Sign here as a U.S. citizen. Sign here for a social number. Sign here and come to the church and worship God 3 times to charm Jesus. Yeah, we need all this shit. Put your kids in the state school so we can have a custodial position over them. Take our health care so we can put a custodial position over you. It's just like, they're so desperate, grasping for straws. It's it's like, who could be scared? And like, really, you gotta like come to terms. Why they need all this fake news so they can wag the dog because they can't do it themselves? They need a bunch of Satanists who would be part of their maker, that would be the people mass, to issue these threats, because the occult themselves can't do it. They just can't do it, man. Where do you think all these babies come from? The Satanist population that sacrifice their young. And that's why my mother is dead. It's because she was supposed to sacrifice me, man. She didn't want to do that shit. She probably met her maker. Probably got an ultimatum that she couldn't refuse. Maybe she had me in her stomach, in her womb, and thought differently. Some mothers do that. They have a kid in there. I don't want to kill this motherfucker no more. See what I'm saying? The excuses I got from my adopted parents, who was actually in their family, they said, man, she did too much laundry. That's why she's dead. She did too much laundry while she was pregnant. Oh, you know what? She's got afterbirth in her stomach. That's why she died. 2 different stories from the same people. and who raised me, who were questionable. I can't trust anybody, but it doesn't make a difference. They couldn't kill me for 40 years. They couldn't get me to kill myself. They couldn't touch me. Like, that shit is some laughable shit, bro. Mr. Magoo walking around here, that's my motherfucking ass with no eyes, walking around protected. Literally, Mr. Cheeks floating behind me, not even knowing. I'm just walking around. Yeah. You innocent. Yeah. Like, come on, man. I have no problem saying I used to be one of you. I have no problem rattling your cage. This is a life or death type situation. You know what I mean? You're not really dying, but you're being recycled, and it's a wipe of your spiritual self, wiping it clean. You can't apparition into a ghostly body or energy body that had his clothes on that he used to wear and had his hair the way he or she. You can't do it. I mean, unless if you go to the fucking this Pac-Man moon and get your, right in the kisser, Alice, one of these days, straight to the moon. You know what I mean? Is a factor. Then, I mean, that is like death in a way. So none of this stuff is good, but you don't need to be anxious about it. You don't need to be afraid. You just don't need to, because like I said, man, you get pulled over in Target parking lot and the guy says, get in the car, I'll shoot you. He's not going to shoot you. He needs you to give him permission by getting in his car and going somewhere else. Don't be scared of these creeps. Just don't. Don't be too anxious, and don't be too hard on yourself. I had to learn that too. And this stuff takes time, and the more time you take with it, the more further your progress goes. So I just wanted to get that message out there and to let you know that these people are claiming to be telling us all day about these secrets, but they're just not, because nobody gets it. Well, I'm glad I'm on the winning side. Think about it for a second. A being comes in here and creates crude matter within a light simulation and takes people's powers away, which would only just be allowed by a supreme being who says, maybe you followed some rules. Maybe you do deserve to have this part. You understand? It's all a light simulation. How can you eat crude matter and lose your superpower? Like, it's like stupid. Like it's like this being is like saying, all right, I'll give you that much. All right, I'll give you this much. It's all light. This is all a simulation right here. Like, this is absolutely insane to think that anybody should lose their powers. It's only being allowed because this dude is like busting his ass, and it's laughable because he's not even doing it all right. So it's like cute or something, but it's fucked up at the same time. So it's really interesting. And I asked the son yesterday, I said, man, come on, man, y'all tell me why y'all letting this motherfucker run around in here. And he formed a graduate cap on his head with a tassel falling. And he showed me twice to make sure I got it. It's a perplexing, complicated understanding and overstanding that's way beyond what I could ever perceive in my fucking U.S. citizen straw man brain. That's what he showed me. He said, man, you are not on a mental level to perceive this yet. And I was just like, damn. The son formed a graduate cap on his head, and he did it twice to make sure I got it. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. It's incredible. And that's why they don't want you staring into the sun. It's because the sun is conscious, like the trees are conscious. And they're all conscious in here. And they don't want y'all talking to the trees. They don't want you staring into the sun. It's a real shit show in here, man. So follow me for truth. Follow my channel. Watch my videos. If I don't get a chance to respond, I still care about you. I've got hundreds of people asking now, oh, man, is a collapse really happening? Shit, this dude was right. Like, oh, man, there really is a blackout in Washington, D.C. This motherfucker predicted a goddamn blackout. God damn it. Like, they're listening now. I can't respond to everybody. But, if you want a brochure, send me your full address at GrimNasty1. It'll tell you all about what's going on, what their collapse is. I added more information. I got a new brochure out. It is amazing. I'm gonna do an audio read with you guys with that brochure because it's so badass. Like, I'm gonna be like, look, let's have a special little moment for people who do not have the brochure. Here's the audio book. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting ready to get real tropical in here. So, and I'm going to continue through. I've had 5 really deep cracks in my pineal gland cocoon yesterday. And I'm going to go for today. This is my 3rd day of fasting, going for 3 weeks, and my 3rd fasting. So it's 3 times the charm, 3, 3, 3, and that should make it work, because the motherfucker behind it that stands in the way of the spirit of destiny is a piece of shit. Whenever you guys wake up and you get awake, stay awake.